is, I really wanted to go about this clip, kind of also talking about how we approach branding and feedback and criticism and everything like that. So this is what he said about negativity.
Without the negativity, I don't think I am who I am today. You know, because it drives you at the same time. It motivates you, not to prove them wrong, but to make sure you never fall off the tree branch where you want to stay. You know, and continue to look down and continue to see, you know, all of them coming and everything and adversity coming. So I think it just comes with the territory, Jeff.
Moose, what you think?
Yeah, it's really cool. You know, as you study LeBron and kind of see the success that he's had on the court and off the court, there's a lot of people who are contributing to his growth and his success. You know, one of the people that you'll find us referencing pretty regularly is Mav Carter, his business partner and pretty much the person who manages all of his different endeavors and has even been with him throughout his basketball career. Now, it's really dope because you're talking about childhood friends, right? So Maverick was a senior when LeBron came to high school as a freshman. That's how they first sparked their relationship. And of course, a few years down the line, they begin to work together at this level. But, you know, Mav explains that early on in his career he was getting opportunities for movies. Like it was just like one after the other, different movies, a lot of different opportunities. And he rejected a lot of those opportunities, not because he didn't want him involved, but he said, we cannot do anything until you solidify yourself as a great on the court. And it was that sacrifice, right? Even up against all of the criticism, people speaking badly about him because he wasn't really executing in the playoffs,
right,
or getting the Cavs, you know, past some of the different playoff ranks or whatnot. It was that you look back now today to see LeBron where he is and how he's able to utilize his influence from on the court to a lot of success off the court. It's one of those, it's a decision like that to say, be great on the court first, establish that first before we move on to anything else. So I think that's definitely come in handy with it to manage and navigate the criticism and say, it's not about, I like what he said, it's not about proving them wrong, and I'll kind of change it up, but it's about proving yourself right. You know, it's like just kind of navigating that concept with it.
Yeah, and I think with anything that you do, you're going to get some kind of negativity. Now, granted, LeBron had criticism since he was like 15 or something, right?
Right.
Lights, camera, action on him from a very early age, right? And you're always going to get doubters, right? But the great thing when it came to LeBron is that he stayed focused with what he wanted for himself, for his family, for his team, and that was it, right? Now, like he said, it was motivation because when he proves them wrong, you know, look what you said. Like you kind of mentioned with the whole decision, right? We saw earlier, he couldn't bring the chip home, right? So he went to another location. He made the decision. Now, what I love about that is that he controlled the narrative as far as how people found out. Right. So normally when we look at like free agents and stuff like that, we hear it on ESPN. They say whatever they want to say. But LeBron did it a little bit different at that time from Cleveland to Miami. Right. But he probably didn't expect the backlash that it got. Now, I think I don't want to say normal, but any average human being getting a backlash like that, going to Miami, I don't know if they would perform the way that LeBron did and got how many championships over there if they would to really think and be like, man, my hometown crushed me. They burned my jerseys, all that great stuff. But he took that and was like, I have to prove them wrong. And so he stayed in Miami for a bit, then came back home, and everybody started loving him again. Right?
Yeah.
And now the narrative changed again. Oh my God, we love you, LeBron. This is great. Thank you. Blah, blah, blah. But like I said, any other average human being could have probably taken that negativity and crushed them. That could have been over for the momentum of their whole career. But now, okay, he left again. He's going to the Lakers. People are once again criticizing, can he bring a chip to the Lakers? He only did this for his family. Like, everybody has their 2 cents to say, right? And it takes a really different individual to take negativity and be like, that's my motivation, right? Now, everybody deals with negativity differently. This is how LeBron does. This is how certain types do, or whatever. I'm not saying that's how you're supposed to take negativity. But I do admire something that's turning into a negative to a positive in his game, in his business, with his family, the energy that he puts towards his health, right? Because now they're like, yo, you're 30 some years old. You probably have one more year of your prime. And he's like, yo, I'm not about that. Like, you could say all the stats you want to. I normally do different, right? So it just shows that there's different ways of handling negativity. The way he has done it within his career has taken him to now talks of one of the greatest players of our time. So I think that's, take a note of, all right, how do I handle criticism? Well, LeBron did it like this. And the reason why we do this show is like, so you can see how other people handle certain things, not for you to copy, but if that fits you the most, hey, take note and figure out when that comes about. Oh, this person said this about me, man. All right, well, I'm just gonna prove them wrong or cry about it. One of the two, whatever you want to do. I'm here for it. Whatever.
Yeah, and one of the things that I think is really not talked about enough, like that the way he even came about to make the decision or reveal the decision. He got a lot of criticism for like who takes primetime television to tell the world that he's leaving his hometown team. But what is not talked about enough is how even from the beginning of his career, he's always been intentional about giving back to community, taking care of, the next generation or the youth, and just really like staying true to a culture conscious message that is breathing some level of positivity. So there was actually a charity and a donation that went into that was given to the Boys and Girls Club. So like where they aired from, that wasn't from a fancy ESPN studio. That was from a Boys and Girls Club that they used that opportunity to also give back to the community. So it's like, yeah, you look at, like to your point with criticism, you look at some of the things that went wrong, but man, like there are some things when you really study his moves that his heart has always been in the right place despite of all of the things that went wrong.
Facts.